Today we're gonna look through how much it costed me to go to Amsterdam for an overnight stay. I was visiting my grandmother who lives just 3 hours from Amsterdam, so I thought, why not take a trip? Since I haven't been for at least a decade, I got receipts and prices for everything. Now we took a train, me and my mom went together, took a train. Here's our train tickets and receipts. I'm also gonna show you a little bit of clips, and then we're gonna calculate how much the whole trip costed. So we left pretty early. The train was leaving at 7:53 a.m. and got to Amsterdam at 11, so just before noon. And then we checked into the hotel, left our stuff, and then went to get food. And the next day my return train was at 5 p.m. So the train ticket for two-person total was 171 euros and 20 cents. Now this was kind of like early October. That was the price. But here's a screenshot of a train schedule for this month, January, and you can find standard class tickets for 59 euros, so slightly cheaper than the time that I went. And here is how much my hotel costed: 322 euros and 22 cents for one night at Hilton Doubletree. Now here's a little map of screenshots I took. The reason why I chose this hotel is because it was so close to a train station. It's literally maybe like a 2-minute walk. I circled the train station, and you just walk this little street and then cross the bridge, and Doubletree is right there. So easy to find. We also bought hop on hop off at the hotel. So I don't know if the hop on hop off prices are different in different locations, but at the hotel it was $42 per person. It included the hop on hop off bus and the boat, the hop on hop off boat. And the ticket's good for 24 hours. So we I think we got on the hop on hop off at like noon, maybe 12:30. And next day in the morning we did the boat tour, so because we were still in the 24-hour period. And just like with the train station, the hotel right now is cheaper, like $100 at least, $150 cheaper than this time that I went. Another screenshot I want to show you. This is just for information. I circled where the first stop for the hop on hop off is. It was actually very hard to find. They just said to go that way, it's gonna be right there, by there. It took us a while to figure out because you do not see the bus until it comes and stops for a couple of minutes, and then you're gonna have to wait for a long time for the next bus to come. So I circled the area where you can find the very first stop of the bus. So if you hop on there, it will take you all around, and it will return to that at the end of the trip. It's pretty much across from the train station and to the left. The very first thing we did was we went to the Albert Quick Market, which is open every day. Every day? I gotta double check on that. But it's open until 5 or 6 p.m. and it's like the most famous market they have in Amsterdam. I advise you to come check it out. There's some great foods you can find here. The way we got there, it was that we got on the bus and we got off at the Heineken Museum, and it was just a block walk. So easy. If you have the hop on hop off, you can do that, or you can get a subway and figure out how that works, or maybe an Uber. The first thing I wanted to try was the herrings. It looked so good. I do love herrings. It was actually super fresh, so tasty. He was cleaning them right in front of us, so it was perfect. There's two types of herrings that you can get at this location. There's the one that's just a herring with the toppings, or you can get the one with bread. The one with bread is 4 euros, and the one without bread is 3.50 euros, and we got one of each. to try which one tastes better. I think the one without the bread is better because with the bread, it's just a little bit too much bread. So I ended up like throwing away half of the bread. It was just too much bread. And on TikTok, I saw these beautiful strawberries and I found them. I was so excited, but I don't think it's strawberry season because it was honestly not that great. That was €1.75 for a little basket. And then the Stroop waffles. This one is so good. They make it right in front of you, and when you hold it, you have to hold it like this, flat. Otherwise, it will drip. The caramel will drip out. It was so delicious, hot, and you can even buy some smaller ones to take home with you. This was €2.50 times 2. So €5 for 2. We went to walk around and explore, and I saw this bar that says authentic Dutch food. So I went in because honestly, Yelp and TripAdvisor was not my friend. Went into the bar, got the meatballs, bitterballen. These were €8, and then we got 2 beers, €3 each. Walked around more, explored, of course did like vlogging and stuff, and then we found the bar and we're just like, it's too early to go back to the hotel, let's sit down. We had, where's the receipt? Here. Okay, so receipt, we had 2 calamaris, they're so good, 1 elderberry spritz and a gin and tonic bomb, and the total was €35. But it was like a good atmosphere. I loved it. And everyone who was sitting at the bar, they were all Dutch. So that was a good sign. Next day, I had breakfast at the hotel, so kind of skipped breakfast, but walked around, and I really wanted some hot tea because it was cold. It was really, really cold. So found this random coffee tea place. It's called Tea Hotel. I don't know if it's actual hotel or not, but it's really cute inside. We got a regular coffee and a tea, and total was €7.20. And then of course I had to go to Winkle. It's where that famous apple pie is. If you look up Amsterdam vlogs, almost everyone has this in their vlog, like where to eat, what to eat. This place has been around for, it's been around for a long time, and luckily for us, we were there on a weekday, so there was no line, but during the weekends, the line can be out the door. Now, the apple pie is not on the menu. Why? It's so weird. It should be on the menu, but it's not. So you come here, if you want the pie, you have to know you want the pie. But almost everybody who's here was eating the pie, so you're gonna see it no matter what. So here we got 2... Well, that's not good. So we were already full from breakfast, but I really wanted to try that pie. And like I said, it's not on the menu, so we did not see the price. And it's pretty big, so I had no idea what the price was. And we ordered a few different things, so the total seemed fine. Like I thought it was gonna be like €10 for a slice of cake because it's big. So the total €30, 10 cents seems okay. It's a very popular place, so I was not expecting it to be cheap. But looking at the receipt now, they charge us for 3 pies. And an extra coffee. There's 3 pies, a coffee, Americano, flat white, and a mint tea. So the mint tea, flat white, Americano was ours, but there's a coffee and 2 more pies on here that was not ours. That was my mistake. I should have looked at this. That should have not been €30. It's not a great feeling to know that I paid for someone else's food. The next one is Patat, which is the fries that are like this. We got 2 of them, medium size. Each is €5.75. This place was actually okay. I've had better ones. The fries were kind of just plain, barely any salt on it. And all the sauces were very liquidy, like they've been diluted. It was okay. I got the mayo one. It was very sweet. It was still creamy, but all the other sauces, my mom got like garlic something. It was just like dripping kind of, so it wasn't like a nice dipping sauce. And there was not a lot of sauce in there. So maybe try a different potato place. The total for the food that's including at the market and the restaurants was 112 euros and 5 cents. That including the overcharge on the pies, which sucks. And included the train tickets and the hotel and the hop on hop off. The total for everything was 689 euros and 47 cents. Now, we also spent about 200 euros at a grocery store to take stuff with me because I found this elderberry gin and I bought 2 bottles of it. And then got like snacks to try, a couple of herrings to take. I'm not including that in this video because not everyone goes as crazy as we did at the grocery store. So that's how much you spend on souvenirs is up to you. You might not buy anything at all. That's why I did not include it in here in the total price. So just a tiny bit under $700 for 2 people. Now we didn't like go to any museums, which you could, but instead we went on a hop on hop off, so that is an attraction, at least one. That counts as entertainment. But that was the total for this video. That's how much it costed our Amsterdam trip for an overnight stay.